So we're live here in frame 2. Tony Halpin at the table at the moment. It's great to see some people from far out come down. Obviously Tony being the South East London guy, normally you'll find him playing poker or hustling around the Welling and Eltham areas. There's a few people down from that area. Tony Stewart, Graham Levermud, Chris Parlett, obviously myself from Chisholmhurst. And then obviously you've got some of the local lads, obviously Luke who owns the club again, will obviously be a local lad. Rotherham is literally down the roads, quicker than he can throw his mum's knickers across the wall. It takes him to get to the club. And also obviously some of the local boys that just come up to have a knock every once in a while. I'd like to kill the person who said this wouldn't be a fudging game, because it looks like I'm not going to get to watch my McGregor fight now. Cheers, Tony. But again, it's all something for the experience. There's a lovely little free ball partner. Looks like Mark's trying to figure out his next move. Looks like just punched the yellow into the bag, off the cushion, and knocked those two yellows up by the top rail open. It's going a bit slow. It looks like there's a fudge coming on. Might have to go get some of Cornwall's finest here. King Fubba Jamie Swayland is here himself, live in the building, wearing a t-shirt that looks a little bit too small for him, to be brutally honest. You can see his nipples poking out through the material. There's obviously his triple extra large stomach. Oh, there he is. If the referee would move, we might be able to get eyes on him. But you can obviously see the outline of him, as he is a bit of a fat boy. But that's a great pot. Obviously, going back to the action now, it's going to be 7-3 to Marc Rotherham, and then we might be able to be lucky enough to catch Jamie on the move. Nope, he's waddling away. He's had enough. He's going to go find somewhere to enjoy himself. In the meanwhile, we are just watching the referee rack up balls in front. Trying to get his head back in the game after having a bit of that hot sauce. Currently 7-3 down.
because of the previous 4 hours of stream. Just something we can do 8 years. YouTube is, apart from that, roughly a half hour. Quick recap, less than 10 seconds. YouTube is
because I was streaming.
yeah. I mean, we can see the moment, to see when it goes on. I see. Oh, you're just doing it down.
Just give it the back on.
That slip between the knuckles and bounced out a little bit harder than most things would nowadays. But, you know. Just by the looks of it, obviously we've got some high quality camera work here from MCM Production, who have been kind enough to come film this. Get a nice down view here in a second of the lovely, oh there we go, talking the devil, off the shot. It's a lovely pot there. Really just open up all pockets on the table. By the looks of it, Mark now can look to clear up. Tony's made a slight mistake and given Mark the opportunity to go 8-4, sorry. 4-5, you know, it's just two numbers next to each other. Not all of us went to school, we got A-stars, just having that. He's expanding the balls slowly and gently. It's a lovely pot there from Marc Rotherham. Just getting a bit of chalk on that tip. Make sure you strike the ball well. I remember always being told, always chalk up after taking a shot and before you take a shot. That way you don't forget to do it. And don't look like an idiot when you miscue the ball, as I've done a few too many times in my career. But here's a big chance now for Mark to take a nice 4-frame lead again. And that is spot on. Someone give you a side medal. It's like, I think Marc Rotherham was a server in a previous life. You know, with all that needlework, just threading the balls on the line here. It's unbelievable. Tony's just gone for a quick toilet break. The score is 8-4 on the doors. 12 frames in out of 41. Could be a long evening, could be very short in bath time for some soon. We'll wait and see, we're back in a few.
The only time I use a soft fade is to go back for anything other than what I normally do.
And we resume here in frame number 13. Obviously the early dancing has been done. No sauces have been performed, but there has been a ball potted on the table. I'm sure a few of the boys in the SLKPA will be all screaming at Marc Rotherham to clear out yellows, but at the same time hoping that he misses and lets Pancake back in. But I think he's going to chomp Pancake up tonight like a sweet little treat. Looks set here to make his first breaking dish by the looks of it. Just keep that thread needle work up and he'll be flying. It's a lovely little pot there. And the knuckle says no. Doesn't want a yellow going in. Tony's now got a chance to redeem himself here. He wants to claw it back to a 3-frame deficit. Otherwise he could be looking at curtains early. Tony is now seriously getting back into the ring of things. Just needs to put the fire rack up his arse and light it. While it's not blazing across the room, and obviously start winning a few more frames. Tony is obviously excellent at both rule sets, both black ball and wild rules. Obviously this is a wild rules match, so as some people like to call it, the more boring aspect of it, with all that fudging. But you know, who can't beat a good old fudge? Tony and Marc do go a long way back. Older than some people, I think. Almost as old as Ronnie Coakley. He was apparently in his 90s. But, you know, friendships can only go so far. If there's money on the table and there's bragging rights, you go for it. I'm sure they'll buy each other a few pints later, whoever wins the match nonetheless. In the background moaning about suits and smart. Luke, there's a very attractive picture of Luke on Facebook right now. If you want to check Luke Curtis's Facebook profile, you might be able to see him fast a kip earlier when he was meant to be working, but Old Sleeping Beauty was at it again. Rumour has it he was getting his beauty sleep for the McGregor fight tonight. Again, if you're in the Sittingbourne area, feel free to come down. Luke will be showing a fight tonight. And now the brain scratching begins for Tony. Rumour has it the peanut brain is taking its time to figure out what sweet or salty treat he's going to have next. Should just be looking to drop this in and get a bit of Screw to come down the right hand rail. Leave the black potentially plumb to go in. There's Mark obviously just looking on, as well as the fans in the background. The staff who don't do any work, you know. I think Luke needs to get some prettier bar-mat attenders in there, to be honest. Literally, I'm telling you, these bartenders nowadays looking like little kids at work. Cover my titties, what a shot that was. Give me some sugar and sweets. What a shot by Halpin. Look at that, thanking. The man who's got a peanut for a brain has just pulled out a lovely double. 2 balls, 2 pockets, black goes surely. Or does it? I don't think it does. I think he's looking to play this up and down. Right off the background, kick the black up. Sure we can see from that side angle. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. This is going to be tasty. Go on, give me a pancake, give me a pancake, give me a pancake. What it? Eat it. That's lovely. Was that a great shot? Send your thoughts in. Did you think he meant that? I don't. He flips, he turns, he screws you. Delivers the sweet stuff when it's most needed. Now makes that 8-5 to Marc Rotherham. Tony to break. These breaks are drier than my fucking kitchen counters. And I'm a microwave man, I'm telling you. Starting to come to, with literally this is the third of the way through a potential 41 frames. At this rate, I think we are going to have enough time to get back to London on the last train. Mark's just looking now to start getting some fluidity back in his game. Obviously flew into an early 4-2 lead and has pretty much matched it again in the following 6 frames. 7, 8, 9, 10, you know. I'm currently leading 8 frames to 5. Just looking to obviously open up that yellow on the top right rail. Hasn't hit it hard enough. Then again, I heard he hasn't hit anything hard enough in the last few years. Man's almost 80, bless him. I think his senile age is starting to get to him a little bit. Just can't get the strength he used to once have, apparently. But by the looks of it, he's touching that red. The ref's just come over to have a look. Obviously keep an eye just in case he accidentally brushes it. But by the looks of it, he's going to go off the cushion and just try and open it up. Whoa. Too close to call for the ref. The ref's asked the players, and I think they're just going to play on. Yep. Why Mark was lining up his next shot. He's consulted Tony, and Tony's just said, no, just play on. Fair enough. These things sometimes happen in Paul, you never know. Tony can capitalise here. Potting balls and putting another one safe. The life of Tony Halpin. It's an excellent pot there. Looks like Tony's going to run this out and make it 8-6. Good evening to Annie Wong, who's just joined us on the commentary. Our lovely lady. It's not always nice to have a commentator here, you know. Someone's got to keep everyone entertained, talking. Luke's just come to join us and let us know about the update on Swayland with his tight-fitting t-shirts. Can we ask Mr. Swayland why he chooses to wear tight-fitting t-shirts that shows his nipples? Can you find out and send us a text message, sir? Mr. Curtis will let us know about James Swayland's t-shirts, and hopefully we'll get a glimpse at some stage throughout the evening. But I'm telling you, this man has more nipples than bellies, and he's a big boy. But again, hello to everyone. Stream obviously looks really good. Hope everyone's enjoying it this evening. Again, thank you again to Luke Curtis, who's now just bumped into us and come to hello again for the 5th time this evening. Luke does a good job here. Obviously out runner, looking after the place, and I'm telling you, it looks beautiful than some of the girls I've dated last year. But that's all we hope for. Good place, good pool, good tables. It's enjoyable. Tony now just looking to place into the bottom right and pull the white to the left. It's a nice shot. It's a great shot. He's flipping us out for 8-6 behind. And that's 14 frames done. That's a third of the match gone. This is going quicker than my sex life nowadays, I'm telling you. It's getting closer.
Could be a potential food.
And we're back in frame number 15. We've got the animal himself, the slender twig from Sittingbourne, whose names sometimes prelude to me, but I'm not growing old like these two old farts. Nice little break there. Let's see if we can kick on the old marking. Mr. Rotherham, bit of a snooker player, play anyone at any code. Snooker pool. We can drink nice pints. You know, you name it, the man's always there for a challenge. You can do the most handstands. Fuck it, we'll do it. I think he's looking for a little break this year though, to settle his nerves. Just left a few frames to the old pensioner himself in Tony Halpin. It's getting tasty this match now, I'll tell you that. But please send in your score predictions. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up. I'd like to see your thoughts on the scoreline, obviously what you think so far. If you've got any questions, feel free to send them in. I'm pretty sure I can answer them as best as I can. My name's Dan, in case you haven't heard already, or you got bored of my fucking voice. Everyone knows me as FPG as well. That's another story we'll tell later on though, as to why. Hello again to some people like Richard Marsh tuning in from South East London. Makes some good cakes, old Richie, if you want one, see him. But again, going back to the table now. Mark's just obviously putting away balls, opening up balls. You know, doing everything with balls. Literally, not physically. But running them out. Just got one tricky pot here, and I believe you can just slide that across. I'm just looking from that side angle there. A second ago, it looks like you can just pull it back. It looks lovely. Oh, has he been short? Has he been short? I think he has. He doesn't look too happy. That's the old boy. Oh, and here comes Fubblegubber. He's trundling along. Here comes the fat one. Say hello to people as he comes in. Hang on, we might just be able to get him. Look at those tight nipples. I'm going to sit in just a second. There we go. Can someone please donate some money to this poor kid? For £3 a week, you can help him get some Primark t-shirts that actually fit him. Instead of him wearing like t-shirts that are too small for just his nipples, let alone his stomach. It's like that, look, he's even waddling across the room. You can't see it now, I'm telling you. It's like a penguin's inside his body. And he's now just giving us the old nipple squirt. come to join the action. Probably hear from him shortly. We'll have live interviews with the players after the match as well, so stay tuned for that. If you've got any questions for anyone, please feel free to send them in. If you want to send any abuse, go for it, because I will be sending it back. Steve Christian, I don't know what I'm doing. I just get paid to sit here and talk shit to people, so, you know, it's a fun job. No, professional bullshitters nowadays get paid a lot of money, my friend. Half the time it's been better than playing the fucking pool itself. Oh, nice shot there. You know, we're going back to that, Steve. All we do here, we're just here to make people laugh, smile, scoff at our commentary. Think we're awful, you know. Who cares? Blow that red in for crying out loud. That should have dropped in, surely. Those knuckles are tighter than walls that I've seen in a fair few years, I'm telling you. That's a lovely drop. Is he going to go close? No, he's alright then. He's alright, you know. Just to drop this red up, come back down, pop the black in the middle. Simple work, you know. Or is he going to go the other way? I don't know. I don't like bomb. Useless game. I'm used to saying it as well. And that's a lovely shot there. Now the old boy's just going to come down the table to just drop this lovely, nice camera angle there. You can see those withering lines in his forehead as well. And then just slap this black all the way back up top. Nice shot there. And he's going to bring us back even closer. The pressure's on. The hot sauce is in Halpin. Now just 8 frames to 7 to Marc. He's really starting to feel the pressure. So I'll pull down that cooker because it's starting to come in a form of pancake. I'll be back shortly. And we're back in frame number 16. Tony potted a rid of the break, and there's nominated yellows. Now looking to regain and take advantage from 8-4 down to 8-7. The man is starting to roll. Put him on a hill and he'll be flying down this. Starting to tear through there. You know, but again, this is Paul. You have your good game patches, you have your bad patches. Obviously, try and keep an eye on some other money matches throughout the night as well. I know there was a bit of talk about the money match up in the North East tonight between Mark Farnsworth and Carl Donoghue. I think last time we checked it was like 13-4 to Carl Donoghue. Let's see. I'm sure someone will flag me this over shortly. Those are some good pots there by Mark. Coincidentally, it's 2 Marks winning money matches tonight. I think it looks like it's going to be 2 Marks winning at this, right? Just have a look and see what's going on in the other games across the country. I'll start flagging down do a James Swayland and wave my tips at the bar staff and try and get some food sent over. Sure, me and the producer here would like something to eat, maybe another pint, drinking flashes, cider, Foster's. It's disgusting. I think I might have to move away from it now. But yeah, I mean, come down, have a look at Luke's club. It is literally, I promise you, it is better than most things you've seen in your life. It's immaculate, it's pretty, it looks amazing. There's a good range of choice here. And the bar staff downstairs aren't too bad either. You know, Luke looks after everyone here. As well as he looks after Mark. But it looks like Mark's just in a little bit of bother here, just trying to decide about his next shot. These boys in their senile ages take a while to take these shots up. He stopped the rot. Look at that, man. One simple pot and he's opened up another, and the black's just gone knock, knock, knock. No frames to 7, and I believe, are they going to sneak off? There's a sip of a pint, there's a fag box in the hand. Yeah, we're going for a break. We're back in a few.
Great shot though. It really was.
That's fine, Mitch. I've got this, you can see. Okay, it's alright, leave it there.
Table service.
Cheers.
Table service Yeah. Can't wait till we got curtains. So we can leave those.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's 200. Film we've got all 3 windows open as a draft. I suppose you could, but you can't really get to it. You shouldn't have had motor car. Just...
Make sure you charge him for everything. Double now.
Now that I am off, she's just commentator sounds really nice. I was like, well, he's not singing up. Yeah.
Guys, this is Malcolm here. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page, MCM Productions UK, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where most of you are probably watching this now. If you could, that would be greatly appreciated. The players are still on the break, and we should be resuming shortly.
No, I hate brown eggs. What else fucking chocolate bar? Anything else? Snickers, Twix, Mars, Lion Bar, Picnic.
Another bag of Christmas.
downstairs, and solitaire downstairs.
Yeah.
3 tables right in the middle. And I left it. He was like, got a 3 bar.
And you did.
He was pissing himself laughing.
What's that?
We were talking about him. He was always doing the camera in on you, that's what I'm saying. But no, to be fair, we've slagged off Sweden a fair bit.
I'm just going to pick a target and then see what he says. I go, there's someone to talk about there.
I forgot his
I don't know what he said.
What's your
I
name?
process it.
Yeah. I thought it was. Next 2 targets, I'm telling you. Don't worry. You'll see later. When you see someone calling me a cunt on Facebook, that's when you know.
You're going to find your window or what? Now you've settled into the gas, man. Now show me what Tony Halpin's about. It's like Marc Rotherham.
Did you say something about fucking subscriptions on
Yeah, I
YouTube?
need to do it
And
again.
the future events will be simulcast so they can like follow it.
Playing fight again, aren't you? Yeah. Have you ever done it?
Yeah.
10 grand a man.
5 grand.
5 grand a year. I think you should hold it in the round like that.
Hey? Yeah.
I think you should bring it down here rather than do it out there.
Where did you live?
Yeah, it's the clothes. You're all like that, man. Get in there, mate.
If I get the smallest thing, once I get there, you just come out and you want to think. And then I'll speak to Rob.
Is this on Friday?
Yeah, I think it's an evening.
Okay. Where is this?
Central. Where do you live?
Where I live? There,
Probably think you should give it one away.
No, but you said central.
M25. You can go up to Hartford.
I don't know London
So M25, go across the bridge.
A13.
Go down the A13. I'd go, yeah, A13, jump on 406. And then go off at Wilford, there's like a slip up which takes you into there. And you just join the A12 road. And just in the A12.
And we're back now in frame number 17 after a short break. The players got some smoke up their arses, you know, hopefully it will kick the fire in them on. Oh, it's a bit of another dry break. What is happening? I see Halpin sweating a little bit. I don't know if that's from the hot sauce or is that just from his excursion outside to come back in. Again guys, send us a message on Facebook or comment on the Facebook stream. And we'll have an occasional look at the YouTube comments as well, but not as much. We will have a live interviews with the winners in a little bit, but you know, let's see what happens this evening. Tony Halpin just looking to slap those balls in like he plays with the birds. Wasn't as effective though. double. It's not gonna work. Come on, Tony. You should know this by now. Again. That's okay, match this evening. I'm sure this is better than a few matches that also on. Carl Donahue was obviously playing the old Farnsworth in Blackpool earlier. I think that match is finished. I know George Tierney, the man everyone loves, was playing Cormac Kerr, the under-18s world champion juniors. I know there was a match down in Spenny's in the southwest, John Bishop's club. I also know I've got a bit of chocolate in my mouth, a bit of bounty, you know, can't go wrong. And the guys, do me a favour, as much as you might not like me, give MCM a little bit of a like and a share on Facebook. Subscribe to their YouTube page if you can for me. If you do so, send me a message and I'll buy you a pint or two. I promise. I'm not tight fit. Invite your friends to like it. The more friends that like it, the better. Get to see some amazing pool being played. Seeing the old grey goose going around there in the bar. I think the girl's going to start doing some shots behind there, so if you're in the sitting ball, come down. This match is getting tasty now. It really is. Just sit tight and watch. It's going to be a close one. Getting some messages in. People saying 21-17 in a few both ways. I think at the start of the match, I think because I've known Tony for longer, I would have said Tony win, but obviously seen Mark play today in the tournament beforehand. It looks solid. Seen him play snooker as well before, so it looks good. I mean, speaking to our producer earlier, I don't think he's seen either of these two players play before. I think he was looking forward to a good match. Why sipping on his Fosters anyway? Oh, and apparently Marc Rotherham had the old shits a few weeks back at the Century Club, meant to play cash game, and never got his face on the TV. So it's the first time for both of his players on MCM Productions. But Richie Bell at the Century Club watching. I think he's going to send us a message in a minute. Give us some abuse. Another Richie that I'd like to comment about, we can't just see because he's a bit fat, is Richie Mitchell in his fabulous Adidas tracksuit. Once Tony's arse is out of the way on this bottom right camera, we might be able to see the dark navy blue of the fat Mitchell. He's not related to Tony Mitchell. Look at that gut. Look at that gut that's just come across the camera a second ago. There we go. Look at him. I'm telling you, these fat people nowadays love to fucking eat. It's a joke. I'm going to go back to Tony just potting the black there to make that a little bit closer. I believe that is 9 frames to 8 to Mark. And then we'll might have a little sneaky peek back at the overroom. Also, you can have a look around at the club itself. Ignore all the chairs there. Luke was just getting a high enough chair for Swayland to put his fat arse to droop across. But obviously now he's disappeared down to the back right. Obviously you can see there's a few tables around there. Obviously a few people there. You've got Tony the Honey Monster Stalk just walking across the room. Always drinking the side of that boy. You can see the players, you can see the fans. I'm sure we'll see James Swayland truffle shuffle across the room shortly. There's a few little conversations going on. Look, this is a lovely place. Come down and enjoy it. There's Tony Stalk and Richie Mitchell talking. And you've got Chris Parlett and the, I don't know, the geezer who's talking to actually. Looks alright. Nice chap though. Had a bit of conversation for him. Didn't call me a wanker, so, you know, I like him. But yeah, we'll go back to the action. Frame number 18. I'm sipping a can of Coke and my colleagues drinking a nice cold glass of water. You know, we're healthy. With added sugar. But yeah, we are enjoying this lovely £2,000 money match. Whilst I'm getting passed over a note. I'm also not allowed to swear at anyone's wives and call them wankers, but if you're hot and you're decent, give me a text. I'm single, I promise. I won't tell anyone. It's a good time here. We're enjoying it. Hello to anyone's wives that are watching it. If you've been forced to watch it through the TV this evening, what? You know, some of the misters might just want to put their feet up. You know, football on the pint nowadays, nah, it's all about the pool money matches. Again, give MCM a like and share on Facebook. Anyone that does so and tells me, I will buy them a pint. I promise. But it looks like this is going to go to the wire today. It looks like there is going to be a bit of action. And you can see just an elevated bridge here. Let's just put a bit of a safety shot there. You might hear the occasional music in the background. Obviously everyone's having a good time downstairs as well. Now that was an attempted part, but obviously it's just read it wide. And I believe Mark's starting to look a little bit frustrated. You know, this is Paul. You can't always have it your own way. Hello to my best mate Daryl Ness for texting me about a girl I have no interest in. If you're single, drop me a message at Daryl. Or you can send your phone numbers to the MCM page and he will kindly pass it on to me. Sorry, Mrs. MCM, if you're listening, but I promise I'm an innocent young man. While we wait for Tony to figure out his next shot, we're going to play a bit of Tinder swiping. Yeah, she's up. No, she's not. No, she's too old. She's too ugly. Yeah, she's got nice tits. Yep, she's nice. No, I don't want a paddy power. She's a mum. No. She's got a nice ass. Yep, she's nice. Yeah, we'll come back to the action in a minute. Back on the table meanwhile. Tony's just pulled off a lovely little bit of trick side there. Hello to Jordan Church, who's also watching. Jordan Church also won the single frame shootout earlier of 3 lives. Did get beaten twice by Tony Stott, but managed to scrape through on his last live. It was a 1 frame shootout winner. There's been a fair bit of talk about Jordan Church lately, about money matches. I think Carl O'Donoghue, who we've mentioned earlier, and Jordan Church could be going ahead, but you know, just got to get the wheels in motion. And it looks like it is a snooker. Let's have a dabble. Yeah. What's the total there?
Total goal.
Total's been called by the referee. Let's wait and see. After that lovely bit of dancing around the table and clipping the yellow, guess where the white goes? That's only down the L. just watching a bit on the stream as well. You know, you can't always have it your own way. And Mark's got the chance to make it a 2-frame lead. And we're just looking back at the glamorous bastard, just coming back into the room now. You can see his fat little ass waddling down the room. Any ladies, he's single as well. Like a man like that. His name's Richard Breen. Definitely taking any takers. And Mark is starting to take control. Dancing with the devil is Tony, and it's getting closer. He's just opened up the first one. Will the black go middle bag, or will it go? Look at that, what an angle. Again, look at that. If you want to see more of those angles, have a like at MCM Productions. Give them a like on their Facebook page. And the score is now 10 frames to 8. Mark will break in shortly once he's sipped in his pint and the balls have been ranked.
Yeah, it comes up with a live link. Richie, I love you. He's feeling.
And we're live now in frame number 19, coming up to the halfway mark in the match. Score is 10 frames to 8 to Mark. Mark's been in the lead ever since 2-0. And hasn't been tight, it's been close a few times. But Mark's now starting to slowly take control. Tony's just thinking here a little bit. We have them. They're really nice guys, so if you need any streaming done, give him a message on Facebook. And it's a one-time offer, he'll give you 80% off if you book him tonight. Only 400 quid. Plus the tips. And the girls. Sorry, missus. Yeah. If you want a high quality service, you know who the man's called is. He's trying to be Chris Mellon here. Watch this. Hello, 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 hello. Hello to Paul Shrimpton, the little eighth dwarf that was never put in the film. I'm telling you, this guy's like the turbo midget. Should be on the Betco ads. And Tony's just rolling on. Bit of a tough one here. Bridging over the yellow. Got to bank that black in. Oh, he's going to pull back. He's going to take his time over this. There you go, you can see some of the fans in the background. Hello. Boom goes the dynamite. 10 frames to 9. And there's a nice view of the room, and as you saw on the camera just a second ago, the head that was coming towards us was the pretty bar staff. How can we help, sir? Oh, it's 10 frames to 9. Have you not been watching the live stream? You should be liking and sharing the page. MCM Productions, guys. It is 10 frames to 9. Tony Halpin's just broke. And we're back with the action. Tennis staff these days don't want to do no work, they just want to come and chat to you all the time. Absolutely useless, I'm telling you. Meanwhile, if you've got any questions, send them in. I will take anything. That includes pictures of your tits, Visa cards. You know, if you want to buy me a new pair of running shoes, need those, you know. And if you want to sponsor this stream, send Luke Curtis a message. I'm more than happy to advertise your business also. All packages are accepted. Just no sexual promises, I'm telling you. Unless you get me told off. Take 2. Ronnie Coakley's just advertised 2114 about an hour ago on a different post, so I've only just seen it. If the comments go out a little bit, I don't think I've been ignorant. I've probably just been muted by producers. But, you know, Tony looks a little bit distraught here. Just carefully deciding what he wants to do. If he can get enough angle into this and play. Or what will his last ball be, because he wants to play that red into the same pocket. Let's wait and see. It's a nice par. It's a nice par. I don't think it's good enough. So yeah, going back also to the money match day. It is the 30th, I believe, of September at Centuries. Looks set to be a few good games there. Head down or even check out the MCM production page for FC live streams. Just want to say commiserations to the England ladies rugby team who lost their World Cup final against New Zealand earlier. But who cares about rugby when there's good pool on show? Steve Christian, you dodgy old bastards. You're still shit at the pool. Now, I don't know if anyone likes fudge, but I can advertise a really good place. But unfortunately, this is one of them. Now, Mark told me beforehand he's a bit of a buttery man, but Tony told me he's more of a toffee. So, let's wait and see what happens. Total's been called. Ref's agreed. What's he going to do? Where's he going to bring the magic? And Tony's obviously missed the total there. But, you know, sometimes you miss, sometimes you get them. Ooh, trouble. I'll get a better angle here on the side camera. He looks like he's totaled, yeah. By the looks of that, he is. Let's put out the magic. Dance me, baby. We know you've got this in you. Hello, sexy. Shots like that win matches. Shots like that take frames. 11 frames to 9. That's 20 frames played. Out of 41, we have reached the halfway mark. Just looking across the room there. Obviously, it's a little bit quiet tonight. The club's not normally open on a Saturday. Luke's done this obviously as a tournament day. Just a bit of advertising. If you want to come down for a good night, they're having some downstairs in the club. Bit of live music, nice few drinks. Yeah, they do a few deals on the old shots as well, so if you like your Jaegers, head down. Sitting Ball, it's a platinum bar. Have a shot on Google or like them on Facebook. They'll do it there. But also another page to like, while the score is now 11-9. Here's also MCM Productions. Like and share them. Promise you there'll be a beer in it for you. Drop me a message, just down O'Rourke. And don't Heineck, you are shit at pool, son, so please don't offer a invalid opinion. We all know you melt like an ice cream on a cold summer's day. Like the British weather. I know people like Graham Levenberg could beat you. But yes, we'll return to the action here in frame number 21. Mark has just edged it. 11-9 in the first half. I'm sure they're going to have another break in about 4 or 5 frames. Knowing then that the agreed rate was initially 15, it's somehow gone down to about 8 to 10. It's literally like the one man and his dog and the referee watching at the moment. As we get a little view of the room in just a second, you can see Richie Mitchell, the legend. All the birds, no idea, doesn't know. Grand senile on his age these days. As you can see, he's got more grey hairs and talent. Doesn't have one looking at him. Won't smile for the camera. He's trying to look at women over there and then realise it's just James Swalen with his massive tits hanging out. Tony's worked himself into a bit of bother here in frame 21. He ideally wants to win this to bring us down to a 1 frame deficit instead of being 3 down. But what's the man going to do? Let's wait and find out.
So you could, because I've got a split account for difference, so you could bring that in and run the strip through the night
Thought we'd give the listeners a little bit of break from listening to my monotone voice. I sound a little bit more happy now. I'm just seeing some pints slowly make their way towards us. What a pot there though, to make it 12-9. Put pressures in the cooker. Just reading some messages. Dan Heineck. No to the first bit, yes to the second bit. I'll play you that, son. Whenever you want, drop me a message. We'll play. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously a load of matches on. Loads, obviously a few more people watching around as we speak. Just be playing. I'll come out of it. Good evening to Steve Dixon, the king of ERS Medical Transport. The shit medical services that may transport you from time to time to hospital. Don't trust them. The drivers are pricks, I'm telling you. Steve, I love you really. Annie, come down. I know you're only a Maidstone, you know. Half an hour drive, you're sorted. I'm sure Luke will look after you. I'm also getting passed over another note. Probably getting called a wanker or something, but you know. You are what you are. Oh God, I can't say.
No.
And the message was too abusive for me to read out on camera, so we're going to have to censor it. And it goes something like beep, 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 so we won't do it. But this could be 13-9. Could be the dry dish. Just drop onto this black into the middle bag. I know, you saucy bugger. And that is 13-9. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Is Tony thinking about playing Jamie Faye in November? Is that 10 grand money match a bit too much for him? I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a foul break coming soon. Give it a couple more frames and the old codgers will be back out again. Hello to Craig Mullender also, who's now gone home for me. He was here earlier in his lovely shorts and skinny t-shirt, you know, pencil legs. I wanted to get home earlier with his multi-pack of crisps. And that's a lovely break. Pool is a vicious game sometimes. Like you can be one frame and then like you blink your eyes, close them, click your fingers and you're like 4 frames down. That's what's happening to Tony tonight. He's been pulling it back and then it goes again. And he's dropped a lovely yellow there. Slowly grinding away, Mark is here. Can he open up a 5 lead to Mark? There is the man himself, Luke Curtis, in his prime. Let's get him to look up from all the ladies he's texting as well. It's this man, it's the devil. Luke is advertising for another team. If you are interested, drop him a message. Not to his phone, obviously. There we go, look at that smile. Drop a message on the MCM page. He's more than happy to accommodate teams into the club. Not MCM, sorry, Runner. I'm sure MCM would like a team, but I think we'll stick to the filming and camera work. So we're just joined here by Luke Curtis, the owner of Runner. Luke, how are we this evening?
Yeah, it's going really well. Can't complain. Game's quite strong. Both players playing really well. I think Tony Halpin's slowing down the game a bit to try and put Marc off. I think Marc's composing himself quite well. I think if Marc continues to keep composure and can concentrate on what he's doing, then I think he can see this one over the line, if I'm honest. I think he matches anyone pot for pot. You know, there's quite a bit of support in the room for him tonight, being a local lad. It's nice to see Halpin's bring down quite a few people with him and supported him as well. You know, I know Tony Halpin away from our club, another club that we go to, and it's good that he's actually come down and supported us, and him and Marc have managed to catch up.
That's great to hear, Luke. Obviously, Saturday night, not normally busy. Obviously, we can hear the nice music downstairs. You run quite a successful club here and you've only been open 2 weeks. How's that all come about?
Just through friends of friends, putting me in the industry. Obviously, I play cards quite a lot and got given an opportunity in another local town and started doing that. And then I met 2 other guys, Barry and Dan, and we decided to give it a go here. A couple of people said we couldn't be able to do it, and once we put our heart set on it, I think we pushed it over the line. We haven't really took too much thought into where it's going to go to, but at the moment we're enjoying it, and we're just going along with what people were asking for, really.
I mean, no, that's great to hear, Luke. It's good that obviously you've got a stunning club like this. obviously we've seen a few overhead pictures this evening already from the club. There you go, you can see it around there. Normally this place is heaving with people, I'm telling you. But get yourself down if you want to join one of Luke's Newport teams. Get in touch.
We've currently got 6 teams already on a Monday in the Sittingbourne League. By the time we've got our five tables here, all full out, we'll obviously be looking to pack that out even more. We are going to take up to 10 teams. We've got 4 spaces at the moment. If anyone wants to contact us, then feel free to contact me on the Facebook page or through our runner page. I'm more than happy to meet up with someone, and if they want to put their team in, then great. We're also going to be holding a singles league here at the club on a Thursday night. Anyone can enter that as long as you're a member of our club.
That's great to hear, Luke. I know you've done quite a lot for Sittingbourne itself and the local area since you've been here. It's good to see a brand new reflection. The town obviously seems a bit more buzzing now you've come here in the last few weeks. Apart from that, what else have you got planned for the future?
Mainly just trying to work with the actual Sittingbourne League. There's been quite a decline in pool competitions in Sittingbourne over the last year, 2 years, mainly to do with the venue not being in the greatest condition, I'll be honest. But since we've taken it over and put our minds to what we were setting out to do, Rome isn't built in a day. This took 6 months to a year, but the final process will be that this is a top premier pool venue for Sittingbourne. We're working with other clubs very local. Neptune's over on the island, Jordan's in Medway. Two very qualified people to be able to give us instructions on what we should and shouldn't be doing. And with that sort of information, we can move this club forward. All we need is the support of Sittingbourne people. Today was predominantly the Medway and the outskirts people. It wasn't very much the Sittingbourne people that were here today. So I hope in the future, when we build our clientele, that they come out and support the comps as well.
Luke, that's good to hear. Obviously, it's early days for you now. Apart from that, obviously, it's good to hear like you have got plans for the future. Obviously, there is a lot of work. Obviously, you can tell these tables aren't cheap, so we know you've invested a lot of time and effort into it as well. Obviously, we had a one-frame knockout today, and it was well attended. And it's good to see you're getting quite a lot of interest. All we want to do is thank you for obviously your time and effort, and we wish you all the best, obviously, with your future endeavours.
Cheers. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream, and I'll leave you to it.
Well, that was Luke Curtis with a quick and frank interview, just obviously giving you a quick overview of what's happening in the Sittingbourne area. If you want to come down and have a look at the club, it is the Platinum Bar at the bottom of Sittingbourne High Street. Really nice venue, and you can hear the exclamation there from the crowd as Tony's just rattled a frame back to make it 13 frames to 10. I believe they're going to go for a fag break after the next frame. Just a couple more drinks and then sneak off for another 10-minute break. These old pensioners like. If you've got any questions or you want to end message pass over to Luke, feel free to send them in at DanO'Rourke10 on Facebook, comment on the YouTube video, or like and share the MCM Productions page. So apart from all the streaming that we've got around the country, obviously people tuning in, we just want to give a big shout out to Barry Danes and Dan Price supporting all the way from sunny Spain. I hope you're enjoying the weather out there, boys. Have a few margaritas on me, a few sangrias. Come back and see us soon. You can back me in my next money match as well. But yeah, I mean, obviously we respect everyone who pops up and says hello. Enjoy the sea, sun, sands, If you're lucky, the sex. Not all of us get that these days in our old age, especially our producers. But yeah, I mean, enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't suppose you'll be in Spain all year long unless you've got a nice villa out there. If you've got any comments, please feel free to send them in. I can't talk like this for 18 more frames, I'm telling you. I've got to coach kids in the morning. Kids hate me with a croaky voice.
Sorry.
And the score is 14-10. Sorry if you've just missed that last black. It was a lovely, well-placed black. You can hear the old boys in the background just questioning the score, because again, senile and age, they remember things really quickly and then forget them like goldfish. Players have just gone for a fag break, so we'll be back in a few minutes. Meanwhile, enjoy the ref brushing the table. Back in a few.
Enjoy the ref brushing the table.
Okay, back with the action. It's 14-10 to Mark.
So we're back now after a short break. Just catching up on the YouTube comments. A question that's been sent in to us, Malcolm, I think you might enjoy, is who in your opinion is the best World Rules player? Now, I know Malcolm hasn't been around the streaming game for as long as, I mean, I've done a fair bit. But obviously, I'll give you my opinion. I think Malcolm might be able to pull one out. World Rule players, I mean, there's a good few. I mean, I was at the Worlds a few weeks back, and you had people like Mick Hill there, Carl Boys, Phil Harrison. That's 3 good players there straight away. So it's hard to say who's the best player. I think Phil Harrison, because he's been on the scene for so long. But then you've got like Tom Cousins, the world sensation, who was destroying everyone on the tour this year, on the EPA tour. I mean, if I had to choose, I think I'd go Mick Hill. Obviously, what he's done for Paul in general as well now. Hang on, we'll call that a shot first, even though I didn't mean it. I think what he's done for Paul has been amazing. Obviously, he's now playing Chinese 8-ball mainly and doing exhibitions. I know he's just over in Ireland this weekend with Carl Boys. Malcolm, have you got any preferential choices? Who do you think is the best World Rules player?
Well, like you said, I haven't been around as long as you on the live streaming circuit, so I don't know many of the players, but I don't know. I mean, you left out. You said some good players there, but you didn't mention Gareth Potts.
It's Gareth Potts. He's good. I forgot about Pottsy, but he hasn't been around the same for the last few years.
Where's he been?
He's been playing Chinese 8-ball again, hasn't he? That's where he's focused his attention on. I remember speaking to him earlier on this year. There was also a live interview with him. A streaming company that we won't name because the wankers don't have any money. But yeah, if anyone knows me, we know who that reference is to. We won't name them. But no, Gareth has been playing a lot of Chinese 8-ball. And he has dedicated himself to practicing that. I'm sure he'll play it ball, but you've got to remember that he has his own club with Lee Kendall, the England captain, and obviously Lee, I think, focuses more on the 8-ball, and Gareth plays the Chinese 8-ball. But But I mean, if you were to eliminate Gareth Potts, Malcolm, who would you think?
I'd say it's a toss-up between Nick Hill and Phil Harrison. Yeah, I think it's between those two. I'll take this opportunity to ask out there if anybody remembers a good old friend of mine, Mr. Tony Bowles. Obviously, had a little stint for England in the 70s, I believe it was. Good friend of mine, good Wednesday night regular. Shout out Tony, keep eating the food.
What a shot that was there from Tony Halpin, the better Tony, as we'll call him. I mean, Malcolm, I thought you were in your early 20s, or early 20s, early 30s, late 20s, but you know, I think the wife might have to text us in and let us know how old you really are. So if Mrs. MCM, if you're watching, please let us know how old your husband is, because he won't tell us, and we can't find his driving licence. I mean, no, going back to obviously the world rules, it's the same though, like this conversation comes up a lot when people ask commentators like who they think the best players are. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, Gareth Potts is loved by a lot of people across the world, and I think that's where you've got to think. Global recognition, Gareth Potts is the most recognisable pool player, but who is, you could say, who's the best, most knowledgeable Q Sports player? You've got Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jimmy White, some players like that to throw in. Selby got to the World Pool Final in 2006 against Darryl Appleton. He did, yeah, he beat Appleton in the final. I had to think there for a second, I remember watching it on YouTube. So I mean, you've got players like that who really do dedicate. Yep. Jesus mate, that was almost before I was born. I won't tell you how old I am, but yeah, I mean, you've got some really good players there. And I think of all time, I think I'm going to have to stick with Mick Hill. As much as Phil's been on the scene a little bit longer, I think Hill is the better player, but it's margins, I mean very small margins. Just on a little break at the moment, so you can see Marc Rotherham just entering the arena again. Tony Halpin is just lining up his break now for frame number 26, and the score is 14-11 to Mark. So, Mr. Producer Malcolm, we've just had another question in coming from Annie Wong. Says, MCM, after streaming at so many different venues, what has been your favourite one and why? I know it's going to be a tough one. I've opened the question up a little bit, obviously, so we can give you a bit of an indication. Obviously, I've done a fair bit, and I know you've done a fair share around the Kent area. So, we'll split the question slightly. What's been your favourite place so far, and where would you like to film in an ideal situation?
Hi Annie. I think all three venues that MCM have streamed from so far. Obviously we've done a lot of work with the Greater and Pool League, and we've obviously did a cash game a couple of 2, 3, 4 weeks back now at the Century Club. And here we are today at Runner Runner. I think they've all got their strengths. I think Runner Runner here, if you haven't come down here before, certainly make sure you do. It's a very, very nice club, as is the Century Club as well in Maidstone. Both seem to have had a recent refurbishment and gone for the colour grey. I seem to have noticed there's a bit of a trend. I think I'm really keen to do some work on Sheppey, so that would be obviously at the Neptune Snooker Club. Shout out to Charlie Minter and the great work he's doing there with the club. Yeah, I think I'd love to go down there to my home ground and stream an event for those guys there. But yeah, yeah, looking forward to it. Loving the work we're doing at the moment. It's all good.
So there we go, Annie. Obviously we've got Malcolm's views there. I mean, Mac and I were having a little chat earlier on. I mean, I've had the pleasure of going around to some of the nicest venues in the UK. Not just of commentating, but just go down and watch matches, especially in London. I've been obviously at Elton Terrace Club. It's my home club, so shout out to all the boys down there tonight. Rob Young and Fred, who are the owners, look after the club really well. I mean, we've had the pleasure of going to like clubs and pubs up and down the country. Buzzers Sports Bar in the North East, Newcastle way, really nice venue. And that was a lovely shot there by Tony Halpin as well. So it just depends really on what you define as good. But I think between myself and Malcolm, we've never had a bad experience of a club. I think you're going to see a bit more of us travelling around the country as well, and working hard. Whoever's just said big up the Neptune, we don't know who you are. Put your name at the end of it. Some people we can't see your comments coming in. You can ask them to be known. If you haven't logged into your YouTube accounts, we can't see who's commenting. But respect for the Neptune, probably Charlie Minter, knowing Malcolm. But yeah, keep your comments coming in, guys. We'll answer any question as long as it's sane and reasonable and related, of course. Oh, half related. Take. Yeah. Here comes Jamie Swainland again. Big old tits Selena. Just waddling along. Look at those nipples. You're going to see this now. Hang on. When the camera focuses, look at that. Beautiful man. Rumour has it he got mistaken for a woman the other day. Like the ample breasts. But yeah. We'll go back to Mr. Swainland shortly. Resuming some play now, obviously. It's 14-11 still. One of those games where it's topsy-turvy. This is going to be a very close 21-17, but who's it going to finish to? Send in your predictions. Who do you think's going to win this? It's a nice shot out of the total there from Tony Halpin. Let's see what happens. To Michael Bricknell for saying big up the Neptune. Nice club down there. Mike, if you've got any questions, send them in. Hello also to Hugh Slot. Oh my god, I've actually just read that. Oh my god, I knew I was going to fall for that. 1, 2, 3, love on the street, top quality setup. Cheers for that, Hugh, if your name is actually Hugh. We like the comments as much as anything. But yeah, it's all part and parcel of the trade. Any questions, please send them in, because I think there's going to be a few more fudge frames coming up before we get the kebabs in. But let us know. Good evening to Stephen Craig, who's just said, come on Tony, and bang on the money. He's pulled the frame back to 14-12.
it's all effectively stacked. And it's quite far back. It's probably it's further back than that.
And we're in frame 27 now, which is literally the second third of the match done. We're probably going to get another 11 frames of good quality pool here in. Keep those questions coming on Facebook and YouTube. I will do my best to check them every so often. We've got the one man, the referee, and the 4 dogs nearby in all shapes and sizes. But to be fair, I don't think any of them have got hair on the head anymore. They're a bit old and weary. I'll have a look at those old boys in a minute. Nice little pot there from, there we go, the 4 old boys. Trying to figure out who's the oldest here. One of them runs the age of 60. Going back to the action now. So a nice little side angle there off the table. And just getting used, obviously. See these angles if you've just joined us. If you're watching on YouTube, go onto Facebook. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel of MCM Productions. Give them a like and also share their Facebook page. I don't think you've been around that long now, have you? A few months? It's only a few months. 3 months, 200 followers, so let's see if we can get up to 250 tonight and 200. It's 14-13, so it's definitely going to be a good few. But I'd say, I reckon it's going to close. The referee just had to come over and confirm it's 14-13, you know. He hasn't been paying attention. But yeah, I mean, give MCM Productions a like and share on Facebook. And give them a rating, give them 5 stars, purely for the commentary, nothing else. But no, definitely up and coming company, already challenging the big boys, and will soon be like Manchester City of the streaming world. We'll see more and more tournaments, more and more events. But for meanwhile, we'll come back to the action in frame number 28. Tony Halpin just 1 frame behind now. He's done well to use it from 4 down. Can he make this a tie game? just want to obviously give another shout out to Luke Curtis, the owner of Runner, who is dancing tonight with James Swain, the man who doesn't wear appropriate t-shirts. Luke's obviously put a fair bit into the club. I think he's actually just got up to come see us again. But yeah, hello again to Billy Creffield, Dick Kelly, who's also watching, a few others. Dean, the cannon for the Cobbin. Oh yeah, Luke's just come over to see us. We'll get another little chat with him shortly. That's 15-13 on the books.
Better than 23 years ago, eh?
Luke's just having a little chat with both the players. Just so obviously, as a good host here at the club, he's looking after them really well. Share this obviously with your friends and family. Just see what they want to see. So we're going to see on Friday night. Michael Brignall, if we come to Neptune, please let us join the commentary for one match. I don't know, Michael. Do you think you can commentate with us big boys? Lee Mitchell. Yeah, well, it looks like it's going all the way. It's 15-13 now. I think it's going to be a 21-19, 21-20 now. The old F1 blind has just come out of Mark's mouth. Is that what's going to fly now? But keep sending in questions. As you can see here, Mark's unhappy with the break, a bit upset, and there goes Tony's right to it. As you can see, well, you did see there, here we go. There's the beautiful face of Marc Rotherham, and some silver pipes of the pipe pullers, just to the right. If you like a strong bow, Runner is the club to go to. Clean pipes, shiny chrome parts. And as an additional bonus, I'm pretty sure, not this man, but this man down here, who we will see very shortly wearing a snapback, Luke Curtis, will polish your pipes for you as well. Luke looks after all the tables and cares about the club very deeply. As you can tell, he's relaxed now. He's just checking in with us, looking at the game. And see how things are. There we have. Oh, Twitch by Tony. Something's irritating in there just a second. But there we have Marc Rotherham. Just it's like death's on his shoulder. Could it be the calling for him? Could it be time for him to just drop this massive lazy end? It's 15-13, but it could all be over for him. Is Death come calling early for Rotherham, or is it going to be for Halpin? Let's see if they pop the clogs early and go. Malcolm, you might have never seen someone that looks like Dynamo, but Tony Geary is live watching with us. And if you want to see him perform a magic trick, 25th of November at Alton Terrace is where you'll see him. Hopefully we'll have MCM down there to do some filming, obviously promote their talents a bit more. Really good setup, and we've just been joined in the commentary booth by Luke Curtis again. Luke, how are we doing now?
Really good, enjoying watching people. Talking how close this match has been. I think seeing Mark do what he just did was quite nice. It pushed him back a little bit further, and I think Mark needed to do that really. it was, you know, he was chasing and getting close to the hills. Mark's struggling with his break a bit though. He keeps going in off. He was talking to Jordan earlier in the daytime about this, where he's hitting it on the cue ball and it just doesn't seem to be working out for him. So I think he realises that if he's going to continue trying to do money matches, that he's going to need to sit down and have a look at the break, maybe get a break cue, go and see someone, you know, like Jordan, spend some time with him and just find out what sort of break's going to work for him, because keep going in off and giving a shot away ain't helping him. I think he's cost him a couple of frames.
Yeah, and that's true. I think both players have been struggling with their breaks, and I think that more especially Mark. Obviously, Mark comes more from a snooker background, doesn't he? So I think it's just a bit of an adaptation to the breaks. Unlucky there from Tony, by the way. But I think Mark's putting a good show so far. Did you predict the game would be like this, or did you think it would be a little bit more open?
I think Tony's slowed him down a little bit, if I'm honest. I thought it was going to be a little bit more erratic. Both of them coming from the snooker background, that they can both put balls from any angle, and they're both not afraid to try it. It does seem to be like the game is slowing down in these later stages. I don't know where it's been a long day for some of them, that's causing a problem. But no, the game's been really good, so I'm just going to leave you to it and carry on enjoying.
Cheers for that, Luke. We've just got one more question. I think you might be able to. We had a question come in earlier about what's your favourite venue you've ever been to apart from here. Could you give us an insight as to who and where?
Yeah, I've been around quite a few, but Legends is pretty good. I've enjoyed being up there. The team in there work really well. And then I've got to really speak highly of the two local venues that are nearest to me, and that's Neptune's, Jordan's, and the newly formed Century Club in Maidstone. All three clubs, really young, you know, owners and pushers to promote the pool. And you've also got Jamie Disney's club down out in the countryside. The pool room, check all them rooms out in Kent. You know, we're all supporting each other at the end of the day. You know, it ain't like the old days where rooms sort of went against each other. Us young lads are trying to push each other's companies forward and hopefully promoting Kent as a whole in the pool community.
Luke, thanks for stopping by again. That was a nice little chat. We'll obviously catch up with you later this evening. That was Luke Curtis, the owner of Runner Pool and Poker. If you want to get a pool team in, send Luke a message on Facebook or at the Runner page. Or give the club a call. Their number can be found on Facebook. Again, obviously we're coming back to the action now. Tony's just done well to get out of the snooker. Really starting to, this game is starting to get a bit more intense. I think it's going to be hard for the winner to pick a winner right now. If anyone thinks they know who's going to win, and you can even predict the scoreline, send in your messages. This is going to be tense. If this goes hill, I want to see who's got the biggest arse, because fuck me, is this going to be time. But let's watch and see. Good comments make us smile. You'll see me live on the screen later with a live interview with the winner and the loser, both players, as well as the handover of money as a congratulations. Post-match interviews will be available in approximately about an hour and a half. Chris Parnett, great who. I don't know who you're on about, but send us a message and let us know.
Good match, lads. It was good. It was good stuff.
It's even better commentating slagging you off.
Just the mistakes of
And we're back in frame 30 now for the nice, lovely money match that we have going on for £2,000 this evening. Current score is 15 frames to 14 to Mark. It's been a topsy-turvy match. Mark has been in front since 2. Tony hasn't unfortunately been able to catch back up just yet. We'll get assessments with the players after the match. Also, if you've got any questions, please feel free to put them on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll do my best to read them out. I just want to give a massive hello to Dan Heineck, who obviously can't spell because he spelled prick wrong. Instead of putting P-R-I-C-K, he's put his own name. And it's obviously at such a mental age that he's using emojis for pretty much every word. Hello to obviously the Creffields who have joined us. Jordan Church, who is a hustler. Please don't play him ever again because he practices you for fun, and then when you try and return it, it doesn't work. And all the other players watching this evening, if you've got any questions, feel free to send them in. Both the Facebook and YouTube channels. And it looks like it's going 16-14. That was a little bit of luck there, but I think he's going to make it through tonight. Hi Jason, this has been played at Runner in Sitting Bull. It used to be the Platinum Club, but the players have also gone for a fag break, so I might try and sneak a little bit of a chat in with some of the crowds. See how it's going. Hello to Shane Hutley as well. Shane, he's 16-14 down. Do you think he's going to win it? Let me know.
So when we film, proper tape.
And we're back after 31 frames. This is frame 31. As you can tell, I went to school, so I know how to count. Players have had a fag break again. Little piddle. The last 11 frames now, I hope, without another break. Obviously, the 4-man and no dog is now just down to 3 fat old blokes. Chris Parlett, Richard Mitchell, and the bald fella. But looks like some exciting pool now to go on. Just got some messages through in the break, including an interesting one about Luke Curtis from Paul Hayes for someone who's a mushroom. Paul Curtis actually talks sense when chatting about Paul. I mean, it's good. Luke's obviously developed a business perspective on Paul, and it's good that he's actually taken time out to look after the game. Michael Brignall, the Shepherd players, who are they? No one's ever heard of any. Lee Mitchell, yeah, no, Rotherham used to be a really good player, still is. I just don't think he took his chances when he wanted to, and obviously he was chasing the wrong thing. But, like I say, both are good at snooker, both are good at pool. It's good to see a good game on here. Richard Eve, Jordan Church won the 3 lives today. Won in the final against Pat Cunningham, I believe. I think. Yeah, I just had to confirm from Malcolm. Yeah, both had 1 life each, so it was literally a 1-frame shootout. Tony Stalk did beat Jordan Church twice though. Tony Stalk had a very good day. I think he lost to Jordan Church once or twice as well. So, but it's good to see players like Tony, obviously giving the big YPA boys like Churchy a good run for their money. I think Churchy's watching a stream and probably call me a wanker right now, but I'll wait for the comment to come through. I'm sure it'll be here very soon. But back to the action. Obviously Tony's now on reds. Just got one little problem with this red nearest the yellow at the bottom right corner of the table. But obviously a good player like Tony knows how to eradicate the balls and take them out. So it wouldn't be a surprise if he gets them out very smoothly. Again, just been asked to give a shout out to Mr. Price, Jamie Titsalina Swayland, who is at the other end of the room and just can't be asked to truffle shuffle down here, and a few of the other names and faces that we see on a regular basis over in Sitting Bull. You got Dan Nisbet, who won a money match back a few months ago. You got a few other players knocking around these days. Dan Heineck cannot be put in that category, but we'll say hello to him anyway. It's been an interesting game, this. It's just getting closer and closer and closer. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Send in your score suggestions. I'm sure everyone would love to see them. I'm sure it'll be a bit of an interesting debate here between myself and Malcolm, and we'll see what's going on. If you're not already, please like and subscribe to the MCM Productions page, which has now got 7 subscribers. Did have 2 at the start of the evening, but he hasn't really plugged it that much, so you can bless him. If you're on Facebook, please like and share the MCM Productions page. Whoever likes and shares it, I will buy a pint. It's 2 clicks of a button, a little toy of the wrist, and no, you're not on Pornhub. Let's read the questions. Michael Brigard, really low. Tony Gray, he's heard of. Oh, I've never heard of Tony Gray. Have you heard of Tony Gray? Legend. Maybe he's got 1 leg, but he's not a legend, I'll tell you that. He's a legend on the island with like 2,000 people and a man and his dog. Like little country farmers. Come on. If he's that good, we've heard of him. Obviously we haven't, so anyone else? Mike, send in your suggestions. After a bit of the old Tinder swiping for any birds in Sittingbourne this evening, we have just seen Tony swiping through the table, just nudging those reds out of the way, like he's taking yes to all the girls. The old boy's really putting some graft in. Mark is starting to look a little bit upset. Is it goodnight curtains? Is Mark going to take any more frames? And just like that, the Halpin takes one back. This game's going to the wire. It's 16-15. Just checking in on other games this evening. Mark Farnsworth lost to Carl O'Donoghue after giving Carl a 5-star score. I cannot find for love or money, so I don't know. But Mark started off really bad and just couldn't finish. Also checking in on the other games. Shane Thompson is 18-17 up down in the southwest at Spenny's. Hope Shane goes well. Not a good England player. Also coming back to this game, this is topsy-turvy time. Can Halpin finally get that sweet belly of his over the table and get him over the hill? Let's wait and find out. Just a quick load to and we're ticking along here in frame 32. This has been going on for just over 3.5 hours now. The fans look tired. Tony though looks like he's just taken a line and he's buzzing. He's starting to buzz like a bee coming back now. Is he going to take this out? Is he going to make it 16-0 and then make it effectively a best of 6, first to 6, best of 11? I don't know. I'm sure someone does in a great plan. And it's a bit of streamlined potting here from Tony Halpin. Looks like he's just about to dink this to make it 16-0 and tie for the first time since 2-all. 28 frames have happened since the last time the match was level. And you're going to hear a big clap. Well, it wasn't that big, but 16-0. A few nices going around the room. First to 6 now. Who's going to win? Send in your comments. It's 16-0. Win-win, lose-lose. Who's it going to be? I think if Mark goes on to lose this now, Malcolm, I think the only thing he can really blame is his brakes, because he's leaving these open and open. I mean, what's your thoughts on these at the moment?
I don't know. I mean, you got to consider the fact that he's been out in front throughout most of this match, albeit only by 2 or 3 frames at a time. I think with Tony pulling this level, I think anything could happen from here on in. 5 frames to take it. It really is anybody's, I think, at this stage. it's going to be a tense probably last 45 minutes to an hour, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting to say the least. That was a very well played putt. The shot there, I think of the golf, I'm playing that Monday. But no, it was a well played that shot. I think both players have worked hard. I just think Marc's breaks have let him down this evening. I think just obviously just got to see what happens. I think Marc will be counting his lucky stars if he wins this now. Just going back to obviously the comments on YouTube. Carl McCann, is this the skinny lad that's been up running around the last couple of days? And Luke's been posting pictures about Michael. Lee Mitchell, who are we talking about? Got me slightly confused. Is this Tony Gray? But yeah, going back to obviously Sitting Bull, obviously we've had a couple of talks with Luke today during the duration of the last few hours, and Luke's obviously looking to really develop the club. If you're in the Sitting Bull area, definitely come down and have a look, play in some of the comps. Luke will be posting them on the old Facebook page. And yeah, if you're on Facebook, like Ben Creffield just text me, like and share the page, and I will buy you a pint of the finest. No Foster's though, because that's piss water. But yeah, definitely. Everyone who knows me knows I'll buy a pint. Love a drink, Irishman. But yeah, going back to the action, that was a lovely shot. Blake's tied up a little bit though. As isolated a couple of reds also, so it's a bit of a win-loss situation. Just got to start grafting now, the old boys. This is going to be a tense. The room's starting to slowly get hotter as well, which makes it a bit worse for wear, because the players are obviously sweating their asses off for £2 I mean, for some of us guys here, it's 2 months' work, for a month's work. We've got to work hard for our money. These guys are just playing to win. Hello to Tony Gear, 3.5 hours, fuck me. I'd rather not, mate, but I think the nose is a bit twitchy as well. You reckon Halpin wings 6-2? Let's wait and see. Got any questions, send them in to us. We are here until the match finishes. And Dan Heineck, I don't owe you any drinks from Blackpool. You disappeared. There was beers waiting for you at the bar. If you turned up, you would have had them. Instead, the Indian lads had them, and they really enjoyed them, so they said thanks. Michael, listen, Sitting Bull is going to really change. I think what Luke's done here has really developed it. And it is definitely becoming something now of importance. Yeah, Ginger Fella, that's the one I was on about. But you kind of have all your top players. You are going to have some cabbages from time to time. So, yeah. I mean, guys, if you haven't already, I know I've probably said it about 50,000 times now, but please like and share the MCM page. Pint and drinking it from me. If you're in the Sitting Bull area, just ask Luke for it and he'll sort you out. It's not a problem whatsoever. But that's 16 all. This is tense times now. And the subscribers are going up, Malcolm. We're at 9. See, I tell you, the power of Facebook is good. And Tony Halpin's now got a chance to take the lead for the first time in this match to make it 17-16. Cabbages. Michael Brignall knows the words. It's like George Tierney. Hopefully he's losing to Cormac Kerr, but you never know. He'll probably make an amazing video later and say how his breaks ruined him, but he still was happy to get the win. Meanwhile, if you want to watch Match of the Day, it's still on TV. Ben Crefeld, I'm telling you, mate, a pint of the finest. As long as it's not Foster's, I'll buy you a pint. All you got to do is do 2 little presses. I think that's a fair deal. Pint, just like share. Helps a friend's business, you know. You might see him up at Eltham in November. If you are looking to get live streaming in, give MCM a message. They are doing a special discount for tonight at 8% off, so it'll only be £400 plus a bottle of tequila that I'll drink for him, because obviously he's not allowed to drink. Now, apparently Tony has got a new hairdo, so we will try and get a look at it at some stage when he's down the queue next. Obviously you can see the mop of head there from the behind. Just a side angle. Has that gone in? Oh, that's lovely, that's lovely. But there, look at that beautiful barnet. That's just now dipped out of picture. Why it looks good from far, I'm telling you, there isn't that much hair. Hello. We've got a pretty lady in the room, Malcolm. I might have to leave the commentary booth for a minute and go have a flirt, because she's a bit tidy. A bit like this pole match, which has started to take shape a bit. I think Tony's seen the tits and he's just gone for it. It's going to be 17-16 to Halpin. Come on, Michael, why are you in tears of laughter? We need to know what the joke is. Is it Tony's mop of hair? Is it the fact that Farnsworth has turned it into a white sheet almost? Is it the fact that Tony Stolk isn't called the honey badger? Or we've just got 4 old pensioners now here in the room and the fat kids? Let us know. What a shot there by Tony Halpin, looking to develop the balls. Really taking that nice and gently. Just opened up the blank. This could be curtains for Marc Rotherham this evening, who's starting to look a little bit upset. He's disappeared into a bit of a shadow of himself. We'll see Mark obviously very shortly. But from what we can see here in the commentary booth, there we go. A little bit shocked. I think he's a little bit upset. Just starting to lose it a little bit. Can he come back and win it? I don't know, but I think he's thinking hard about what to do. There we have Tony Halpin just having a walk around the table, you know, looking at his next shot, his next plan of action. Sorry about the camera. The floor's been wobbling from the party downstairs. And unfortunately, sounds like there's a few people enjoying themselves down there. But if you're in the Sittingbourne area, come down. The doors are open till late, is the operative time. Just make sure you bring ID, otherwise they won't let you in. As I found out earlier, I had to call someone to get in. But I'm telling you, there's some pretty ladies down here. So if you're single, or if you're married and you want abstinence, then definitely come down. I've been saving some specials for tonight. Richard Eve, just an answer on Facebook. Is this a Simone's cloth? No, it's a Italian grey cloth. It's similar to the cloth at Twickenham, but it's not as slow as your cabbage cloth. It's well looked after. Brand new tables. They've just had a few. They've had a good few frames on them. But yeah, I think Tony Halpin's going to put off, Malcolm, what you will never heard of, called a Brunton special. A Brunton special, if I heard you ask, is a special shot which I'd like to play when I run out of position against Jordan Church, for example, and just hammered it around the table and it's gone in. You're like, yay! I mean, Tony's a good enough player. Yeah. Tony's a good enough player, not really to pull off a Brunton special, but you never know. You never know. This is Paul. In all seriousness, who's the best junior player about? Oh, that's a good question from Michael Brignall. Malcolm, have you seen much junior play? I don't think you have. Okay, so I mean, from working from other companies before, obviously there's camera and doing commentary and stuff like that, and obviously having spent time, there was a good pot there by Tony to make it 18-16. I think best junior player about. I mean, I can give you by like countries and stuff. I mean, to be honest, at Wild Rolls, where I know most of the juniors from, I know, like, it depends on what you define juniors. Up to under 18s is what they do. You have Cormac Kerr, the Irish lad. Most of the Irish lads that have played juniors at the moment are good. Chris Pan, who is a London-based junior, is a good player. Who? Joe Prince a Junior. There's going to be some comments. Malcolm, our producer, thinks Joe Prince is a junior. I know he looks about 12, but he's about 30. But yeah, I mean.
So when was the best junior?
Nah, the question was who's.
2009.
Yeah, that was a good time ago. Yarmouth 2009. The best junior currently. Well, I can guarantee you, it's not that gentleman there in the white shirt. Mr. Swayland, who I'm telling you is wearing a t-shirt way too small for him. Look, you can see literally his breasts poking through as he gives a delightful little nod to the camera. But yeah, I mean, best junior. Let's have a think. I mean, I've known Chris Pan for a good few years. I rate Chris very highly. I mean, Chris lost to Cormac Kerr in the European under-18s this year at Blackpool in February. Cormac also won the under-18 title. So if you go on achievements from like just this year alone, I'd obviously say Cormac, but I think on this day Chris Pan is one of the best players, and I think he will eventually break into the England squad once he goes through the age groups. Who do you guys think the best juniors are? Let us know. In answer to a question about Jason Brunton, Jason's developed. Oh, excuse me. Jason's developed himself over the last few years in the SLKPA League, one of the local leagues in the northwest of Kent, and known to hit like outrageous doubles and trebles. Sometimes he doesn't mean them. Sometimes he just looks like he's hitting hopes and he actually has gone for it. So they're called Brunton specials, obviously, for that fact. Jason has obviously been around the interleague circuit a while. But yeah, I mean, there we go. Look, nice picture of Luke Curtis and Richie Mitchell. Luke, the owner of the club, and obviously Richie is a good friend of Tony's, who's come to support him this evening. Just a nice little close up there on the table as Tony's stunned in that yellow. It looks like he could be in to make it a 3-frame lead. Now, think about this, he was 5 frames down earlier. He was 14-10 down, and it's now 18-16.
Called it 16 all.
Called it a 16-0. Someone said Tony was going to win the next. He was going to win it, 6-2, but someone can't count. So I think he meant to say 5-2, but let's wait and see, because that was a bit of a problem there. Now, I know this side angle. We've had a nice little overview of this evening. Is there much angle of it punching back? Let's see, look, a little bit of top right. He can kick that yellow open and leave the red. There we go. Is he on it? No, he's totaled. He's totaled. Sorry, you old bastard, but you're not getting that one. As you do with Jason Brandon's special. Let's wait and see. Just want to give a shout out to Tony Gear for apparently being the Yoda of Paul. In fact, mate, just stick to your magic tricks. Tony just asking the referee for if it's not a total, and he's just confirmed it's not. So he's going to have to make sure contact is made on the cushion, because it looks clearable for Mark, but I don't know if Mark will clear. I mean, he was 16-15 down. He's just lost the last 3 on the bounce. Could this be 4 on the bounce, or will he be able to stop the rot? Starting to get a few more people out in to watch the match. Luke Curtis, obviously the owner's just come back across to have a look. A few of the lads that are just coming for the night have come up to pop around. But Tony's played a lovely get out snooker there and forced by himself. I think he's just going to put in one deliberately here. And forced to work for it now. He's just going to have to give 2 shots. Michael, we want about your last message about George Tierney being a cabbage. I mean, the man's a slob. Let's be honest about it. I just think, obviously, there are better pool players. Tierney's lost like 3 money matches for over 150k in the last year, like Washbrook, Seb Webb, who else did he lose to? Lost to someone else for something fairly sizable. He pulled out of a money match against probably the best player of that lot. I mean, yeah, there have been some crazy money matches this year as well. Seb Webb, obviously, he's played quite a few. I think he's got 1 left before he's going to call a day for the season. That's up to the end of Christmas time. I think he's got enough to spend Christmas presents on Tierney's Euros alone. But, nah, I mean, got to call players cabbages. It's a bit of laugh, a bit of fun. You enjoy it at the end of the day. There's no point commentating. It's just going to be boring. You can talk about shit all day long. I talk about shit, but in a fun way. Looks like Nathan. Mark is back in with a groove. Just got a challenging kick out here to deal with. But it shouldn't be a problem for the man. He's got enough experience. I think he's just lined that up perfectly, using 2 shots. Obviously, used the first one just now to develop it while he's still got a ball over the pocket. And really look after the game. He wants to make this as tight as possible. He wants to take home the 2 grand. He wants to party tonight with all the young ladies downstairs. Now, it's not gone deep enough, which is something he's used to, but he's got a chance to open it up here, and 2 on the cushion, 1 that can open another one up. That's tough. It is tough. He's got 1, but He's got to make sure of this now. Just left a little bit of a run. Oh, and you can hear the cheers in the background there. Looks like this is just stopping a rot. And that makes it 18 frames to 17. 35 played. Potential 6 more to go. We're going to have at least 3 more frames. Checking on the other games around. If anyone's got any scores, send them in as well. We're going to go for a quick ad break and we'll be back very shortly. And after a quick ad break there, we are back with the big break coming. But the white's gone in. Tony, he's thinking about it. I mean, he's got the frame lead. So it's now really a chance. He's put a mark in. He might be able to clear. Who knows? Hello to my friends down under. Tracy Butterworth, a lovely lady, the Australian, the men's captain. Her partner Peter, obviously met them over in the Wells during the summer. You've got other players watching around, New Zealand, India. Got the Malaysians watching, so it's good to see this game's really starting to get a bit of publication. Just another regular update. If you're not liking MCN Productions on Facebook, give them a like and share for me, please. If you're near me or near Luke Ian Sittingbourne, we will look after you. Way to Charlie Minter, who obviously is a good friend of Malcolm's. Fully set up again, Malc. Smashing it out of the park, mate. I think Malcolm appreciates the commentary this evening. He's muted me a few times. Called me a... That's bound to happen. But, no, I think this is definitely something you're going to see more often. I think up and down the country you'll see something, but it looks like a pumped up and rejuvenated Marc Rotherham here. This is going to be really tense. Who's got the biggest bollocks in this room now? Who's going to take 3 frames out of 5 to take £2,000? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. And we're back now in frame 37. Man, there's a nice shot there of Marc breaking off. And it's happened again. Now white has gone in. These reds. Oh, you've got to be playing reds from here. I think that top corner's been covered by reds, so it's chance for Tony to really take advantage. He's got it. He really has got it. He's just thinking about what he's going to do now. I think Def has been calling now for Marc Rotherham. Just looming over his left shoulder as we see. Obviously he's getting a bit of encouraging words here from the bar staff, but is it enough? Is it enough to see the Def there over his shoulder? It's time for him. I think the breaks have struggled from tonight, and I think we'll speak to him after and find out what really has affected him. I think he will obviously blame the breaks as much, but let's just wait and see. But I think here comes a dry dish from that foul break from Tony Halpin. obviously we can see nice little bit of work there by the MCM guys here. Obviously Mark looking on why Tony's at the table, and to be fair, if he can slap this bit of top right, just come up past that yellow on the left hand side, then drop down, can play the red into the bottom left or bottom right corner either way, and then leave this red on the rail last, play the black. You might see another route, but I think just working his way from up and down would be perfect for him. Just leaves him to run it out and make him 2 frames closer to the money. He's looking fucking worried, I'm telling you, mate. Right, he's at the table now. It's go time. It's go time, baby. The man's on it. Here we go. He's thinking, right, I think it's been a long match for them, 3.5 hours. Also you can see him patrolling around the table a few times, just getting used to it. A lot has gone in obviously to try and win the frames as quick as possible. The bollocks on this man is unbelievable. He's come back from adversity after losing the lead at 16-0 to making this 19-18. Is he about to put himself 1 frame closer to the money? He's 19-18 up. It's go time. It's go time. I mean, also just catching back up on the Facebook comments now. Charlie Minton's obviously talking about Rotherham's break being dreadful. I mean, it does give Tony a massive advantage, especially late on. And I think the break is a big part of the game. Like, if you can break and you can pull a dish or 2 off in a match, it gives a massive retrospect. Like, that's a guaranteed frame or 2. Like, when your opponent can't reply, all they can do is try and return a break dish. Mark would be a top player if he can just sort out that break, but it does take time to manufacture a break that you can be consistent with. There are some big breakers as well. I've seen, I mean, like, I've been lucky with a big break, but I can't pot fish toffee, so you'll never see me play money matches like this big. Charlie, I think his break needs a bit of work. I think his tactical game needs a break, right? But I think, like Luke Curtis come over and said, he does need maybe to invest in a break queue as a development. Paul Hayes is right in saying that it's cost him a few frames. It has. I mean, seeing Mark play earlier, he was on fire in this tournament. Charlie break is a bit of luck, but if you practice, you can make it work. And I think that's the thing you've got to remember, is it's all development. Here obviously we're just enjoying some pictures here of Tony with his unique shaped body, of belly bigger than boobs, but you know. This has been a great match, and I feel sorry for who loses here. But again, send in your questions, anything you need, to us at MCM or on the Facebook and YouTube pages. Be more than happy to reply. Any comments, chat, any banter, you want to call anyone a cabbage, please feel free. So again, if you haven't already, for like the 50,000th time, give MCM Productions a like and share on Facebook. They are a brand new company, only been out 3-4 months at most. Up 2 now. It's going down, I'm telling you. Next week, it's something starting next week. Started yesterday. Just bought a load of stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean, like they really are working hard here to get something going. I mean, what Tony thinks about it, so obviously we'll give them a bit of a plug and just look to see. You'll see them definitely in the future, all around the country. But yeah, send your questions in. More than happy to answer a few more cabbage questions. Let's not talk about break. Can we get the 2 up-and-coming youth players, Gear and Prince, to have a game up for the ball? I mean, you've got to get MCM at the Neptune. Well, Malcolm, are we going to venture over to the Neptune? Would you reckon Charlie will have us? Your lovely camera work and my cabbage like commentating?
I think you need to do it, you set the game up, we'll be there. I think it's working really well tonight. I think the commentary's been fantastic, so big thanks for that. I think we'd be looking already for the next big match to cover, definitely. Let's make it the Neptunes, Charlie.
There we go, Charlie. The call's been made. You need to get a money match sorted and get us in. And get part and parcel where it's like Dick and Dom. But I'll claim I'm the better looking one, even though I'm the fat stubby one. It's definitely been an interesting night, to say the least. I think we've seen some really good pool here. It'd be good to obviously have a few businesses sponsor the stream as well. Just makes it a bit more interesting, obviously gives a bit more highlight to companies. So if you want to get yourself on the stream, there's a full-time stream coming on here at Legends at MCM Productions. You can sponsor the stream. Makes it easier for obviously businesses like this to go around the country and give high quality streams as you're watching tonight. You can also contact Luke Curtis at Runner if you're interested in sponsoring your local business in the Sitting Pool or local areas, and you want to get your business on the stream for money matches, tournaments, etc. Luke can provide a package detail for you and for a very good price. But again, if you want to get on MCMs, Malcolm's the man to speak to. That was an unlucky pot there, giving 2 shots and just eliminating one of these balls. But I mean, Malcolm here would obviously appreciate any sponsorships, because at the end of the day it helps businesses, and that's what we're here to do. Businesses help us the way we are. But no, going back to obviously the game now. Charlie, it's good to hear. It's not Mount talking, I promise. It's Dan from Elton. But yeah, the 2 youth players, Gear and Prince. Now, Tony is... How's Tony Gear? Got to be in his 40s, surely. Short little squat guy. I think we'll be able to get some pictures of Tony and Joe Prince up shortly. Joe Prince is also in his 50s, they're both old cunts. But, yeah. We can definitely find out the ages there. I'm sure I'll probably get a message about their ages shortly. Joe Prince, what year did you say, Malcolm? 2007? Oh, so Charlie Mint, you'll know how Tony Gear and Prince is. I mean, Gear's watching it as we speak, but he won't pipe up because he's he's just joined the Facebook. And it's about to go 2018. What a turnaround. This game has been topsy-turvy. Rotherham led all the way to 16-0. And on the midst of 4, he's gone 16, 18 down, and now he's gone 20, 18 up. Now, can Tony take 2 frames and make it heel-heel? We don't know. Let's just wait and see. This is going to be tasty. We're going to go for a quick break and we'll be back in 2. now in frame 39 of a potential 41 frames. It's 2018 to Marc Rotherham. Could he break this? Could he break this to take £2,000? And the break is coming in right about now. That's big, that's big. It's dry again. Those knickers on those women he's been sleeping with must be filthy, because he's not getting anywhere tonight. Marc, if this costs you, this is going to go down in history as... I don't think I can call him potting balls off the break unless it's been the white. Malcolm, I'm not sure about yourself, but his breaks tonight have been a bit topsy-turvy, haven't they?
I genuinely don't think I've seen any balls potted apart from the white off the Marc's break, probably for the last, well, I'd say at least the last 45 minutes, genuinely. I mean, Tony's not really capitalised here. I mean, Marc's in, and he's one more frame, take the win. Got a tricky ball on the left cushion. He drops that one in the middle, falls behind it. I think Tony could be in trouble here.
Yeah, I think Tony is in trouble here. Like I said earlier, it's going to be very tough to decide a winner here. Just obviously having a nice little zoom out there of the table, just see the players around it and the supporters. Just got a message from Charlie. Tony Gear about 28. No, definitely 38. Joe's around the same age. I'm pretty sure. Joe might be slightly younger, but I mean, youth player in 07, so he's at least, I reckon, probably about 25 then, but it looks like 12 and acts about fucking 50, so I'm not sure. If anyone's got the age, and send it in. Would really appreciate it. Hello to anyone from London watching it. Richard Eve, Shane Hutley, Tony Gear, Talking Devil just won't comment. Probably getting nagged by the missus. Nick Stedman. Got over 50 people currently watching across both Facebook and YouTube, so it's good to see a good support there. Obviously, Mark's just obviously disappeared out of the camera there. Looking comfortable now, to say the least. It's been a bit of a tough one to call. I think over the course of the match, he's got into it and then obviously let the lead step, and he's done very well to take 4 frames and a bounce and literally be on the hill. But now he's on the hill. I think Halpin's going to put it back to 20 hole and it's going to go down as a deciding frame. It's just so tight. But we're over the 4-hour mark. We are over the 4-hour mark. What is going on? Is Tony about to produce the magic that we all want to see? Is he about to see Jamie Swayland do the truffle shuffle, who he's just ventured back over? I think we will have a little pan across to Swayland very shortly to see him dance, but for the meanwhile we'll just have a look at the table and see what's going on. As death come calling. It seemed earlier on when Tommy Halpin went 18-16 up that it had, but now it looks like 4 pots and it could all be curtains for Halpin. Halpin's walked in a dejecting figure back to his seat. We will be getting live interviews with both the players after, just to see what's going on. I think Marc Rotherham's dry breaks have actually helped him and saved him as such. Could be a lot different to scoreline, but we'll just have to wait and see. No, we're fine. Back on. It just jumped. Yeah. So if there are any technical difficulties, people just saying, I'd just like to apologise for the short interruption there. Just unfortunately, obviously this time of night everyone's on Pornhub and Snapchat, so they're showing on their nights out, and you've got the blokes down the roads in their flats enjoying themselves, to say the least. But looks like this could potentially be going 2019. Oh, the knuckle knowledge on that. Tony here is a year older than Joe Prince. So Joe Prince is 27. So he was an old junior. Daniel Baverstock is in Bromley. Marc Rotherham. And Annie Wong is happy. Shane Hatley says wow after that. Luke Curtis. Oh, there's food in the room. There is food in the room. Dan's getting a bit hungry. Dan can see the... Can you smell that, Malcolm? It's a bit lovely. No, it's not pizza. I think it's pasta. Should we go find out? It smells good though. Anyway, if you're nearby Sittingbourne, you've got some food, please ring around because FPG needs some feeding. It's 2019 and I think they're going to play one more frame and then potentially go for a fag break before a Hill decide if it goes to that. Would it go Hill? Send us a message. In the meanwhile, we will allow you to see the beautiful, beautiful Jamie Swayland and all his might. It's like Dick and Dom in a room. Jamie Swayland and Luke Curtis. Look at the fat tits on that. And we're back with the action now. In frame 40 of 40, potentially another frame to go. Can Tony break this? This would be absolutely loud if this goes Hill. If you haven't already, Tony Gear, Daniel Baverstock, Annie Wong, Shane Hatley, Richard Eve, give us a like and share on Facebook for us, please. I'll buy you drinks, I'm not bothered. Splashing the cash, it's the birthday next week anyway, so do so. Obviously Charlie Mint, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, give us a like and share it on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. Alex Sorrison, don't know who you are, mate, but obviously you've got to have some bollocks to play for some cash. Would you not play any of these boys for money? Let us know. Mr. Slong's popped back up, Malcolm. We won't mention his first name, but it begins with H. Reckons it's going to go Hill, and then there's going to be some old poppins for Mary. Hugh, it sounds good. I'd love to see that happen. That's some excellent pull there. Brakes. How thin is this going to be? As you can see, there's not much angle for him to cut rounds. But no, in Jason Branton special double across. Kick off one cushion, just pack in. We'll come off the bottom and just open it up. You never know. There's a joke about Jamie Swayland that I haven't made up from Les Church. Les Church goes, I thought Luke had bought another table till I realised it was Swayland in a grey polo. I'm getting fobbed off. Ben Crickfield saying Hill. Mark's now got a chance to win the match. Let's wait and see what happens. I'd love to see that heel, but you know. Looks like Tony has bottled it, Daniel Baverstock. What's going to happen now? We're in the final stages of what's been a falling match. I think it's good night curtains for Tony Halpin. Just looking behind him slowly. 3 shots here could be it. You can see death in the corner of where Halpin just stood. On him there. And this is it. It's all curtains and good night. 21-19 to Marc Rotherham. It's been a falling match. We'll get an interview hopefully with both players now. Go to a quick ad break and then we'll speak to the players in a second. Stay tuned, so we'll speak to you in a minute.
Yes, sorry, it's gone on late. Sure?
Luke, have you got the 2K on you? And I can give it to him then.
Not at the moment. I've got to get it from everyone else. The boys are back to him, I put it in my bank on that. I've got his money for him, so he's alright. Yeah.
He's just saying about doing that.
Ah, yeah, should that. Oh, do you want to see an off anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to go and work on your break. Bad. You clear it. You
Well played, Mark.
Cheers, mate.
Honestly, Mark.
How many dry breaks?
I thought we were getting away from you. 16 out. I thought we were getting away from you. Done well.
Yeah. It was 18-16 up, and I managed to put it back.
You didn't want to do it. You didn't really want to be there, did you?
No, exactly.
No one was already perfect.
So, Mark, well done. Congratulations on a 21-19 win. How did you feel this evening?
Yeah, I felt all right. It was, it was obviously a close match in the end, but I had so many dry breaks. It was unbelievable, and every time I broke, I kept going in and off. And it could have been a different story if I kept, obviously got a few pots in off the breaks, but it was close. It was a good game. It was a good game.
I mean, the dry breaks obviously we saw did affect you a lot. I think over the last 2 hours we didn't really count a single break that you potted and went in. Obviously I think that's something for you to work on for your next money match. I mean, the positives tonight, obviously kind of good old friends. How hard was it to play someone that you know compared to someone that you might not know for cash?
Yeah, well, I've known Anthony from about 20 years back, and we used to play on the circuit, on the snooker circuit and that. So I know him quite well now. We used to play, in tournaments all over the country and that together. But he's a good player, and we both changed from snooker to pool, and giving Paul a go. But I knew he was going to be a good potter, and we're both just potters, and it weren't going to be a tactical game anyway. So, which was good, hopefully for people watching. It's just basically.
It's good to hear. Obviously, you had your fans here tonight. A lot of people watching you. I mean, a lot of people said that it would go hill, and then we were thinking Mary Ploppins from yourself. Obviously, have you got any more money games lined up between now? Obviously, pre-plans.
Yeah, there might be a few more lined up. You have to speak to Luke about that. You know.
We'll get you out there, mate. We'll get you out there. Don't
Yeah,
worry about that.
yeah. There'll be a few more lined up. So, yeah. Hopefully, there'll be a few more games ready. I'll start practicing a bit more on my breaks, I think.
I think that sets the standard, really. I think that sets the standard for what Mark's capable of. A lot of people have written him off because they see him have a bad game against Luke Barry at snooker, and I think he needs to concentrate on the pool. I think he can really produce some games. I think we can have some really big nights up here. Really big nights.
So obviously, I don't know if you heard that in the background. Luke was just saying, obviously, there's some potentially big nights to come up here. I mean, obviously, one more question is obviously new tables. How did they impact the game?
No, they're great. Yeah, with the new tables coming in, they're great cloths. They're fast tables, and you know, they're perfect to play on. Perfect match conditions and playing for cash games and you know, tournaments. And, you know, so it's great for the club that they put these in here, and yeah, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good for a lot more tournaments and cash games to come. So,
Mark, well done tonight. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Brilliant, lovely. Thanks a lot.
Well done, boys. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, sorry. Well, how long have you been?
Like literally going on to this for 5 10 minutes.
That's going to worry up for you. That's right.
Just saves the try to get out of the way.
Do you want to stand there, mate? Stay where you're at. Hold your cue or something. Look the part, fuck's sake.
Yes, Sir Rotherham. Give the finger.
So that's it, guys. He's been MCM Productions. And a massive thank you to Dan. I think provided an extra edge tonight with the commentary. So a big thank you for that. I think you'll agree that really added to this. This has been a really good match tonight. Thanks to Luke as well, and thanks to the all staff at Runner for making us feel very welcome. And congratulations to Mark. And that's it for tonight. We're happy to see you again very soon.
You said yourself muted like that.